go. Got that going. No one in here. Sunday cleaning. Ooh, we got someone in here. Good morning. Just doing my dishes. In fact, I think I'm gonna turn some music on here. Where is the? There's one that I really liked. There we go. Cinematic. It, it gave the stream a little bit of life. From Elk, Washington. Okay, now I've been to Washington. I was up in uh, what's Whidbey Island. Flew in and out of Bellingham. Really nice towns. Good morning, Max Lab. Good morning from Maine. What part of Maine? I think I've talked to you before. I've been to Portland, Maine. Or I'm sorry, Bangor. I've been to Bangor. Uh, well, will you come do my place? You know, dishes. I don't mind dishes, but they are. Well, this thing's actually kind of loud. I don't mind dishes. I'm actually. I enjoy doing laundry more than anything. Oh, you currently live in Bangor. Yeah, you guys have a very nice airport. I was stuck there for a while I was in the military, and actually met a guy from my hometown of Toledo, Ohio. He was part of the people that would come there to greet the military members as we went through Bangor. But nice airport, nice people. Uh, I really enjoyed your town. In fact, I do want to take my kid up there and do a vacation sometime. But yeah, I worked for a football team, and most of what we did was laundry. So I love doing laundry. I find it very relaxing. I know a lot of people don't like laundry. For me, it is kind of doing dishes because it's always there. But you know, whatever. It's just part of being an adult. I laugh at people that make all these complaints about all the adult chores that we have to do. It's like it's part of life. You got to maintain stuff. Maybe it's because I was in the military, and you, you get very used to cleaning in the military. Doesn't matter what rank you are, where you're at, you will clean something. I started watching the show The Bear, and I'm almost through season one. Do you guys watch that show? Uh, Currently living in Bangor. That's so we got multiple people from Bangor, or just the one? Oh no! Oh, sorry, that was the comment from before. Good morning, Star. Um, so glad to see because I know a lot of you follow me because of the what the hail stuff. Glad to see that the young men and women that were there are now in a safe place. That's always positive. Seeing people, you know, get out of bad situations. I out here. we have very clean water. We get our, I know everyone thinks it's everywhere in Southern California, they get their water from the uh, Colorado River. We actually get ours from right underneath. We've got this aquifer that comes through uh, the fault lines, and so I have a couple of these bottles. I actually really love them, and yeah, I'll fill these up with water and kind of keep around. Do we know that for sure? Yesterday we heard that they were a no-show for their safety. Yeah. So the young lady, um, uh, what's it? It begins with a Y. I always want to say Yara, um, but her dad, and we know it's her dad, has made some public posts that yes, they did get on a plane yesterday and get out of there. He hasn't posted since they were on the plane, but that makes sense if your daughter was in that type of situation. After they land, you would want to spend time with her. I love laundry, cleaning my bathroom and kitchen. Very rewarding. I really don't like dishes. I love mowing the lawn and planting flower vegetables, just like weeding. You know, out here, because it's so hot right now, doing anything outside is not enjoyable. I do like it when it's not as hot. So, but I do have to do some stuff outside today. I'm just dreading it. But I do want to get the dishes done before I do anything else. I'll probably do laundry as the day goes. Uh, the downside is, I've got back issues, and right now I pulled a muscle in my back, so it's uh, it's hard going around to certain positions because that one muscle hurts, but it made all the other muscles tighten. So I have to keep stretching and moving around. Uh, but it sucks for in the morning because then at night everything tightens. Two things I hate: dishes and laundry. Necessary evils. I don't mind laundry. Dishes are not my favorite. Not my favorite. I'll do them, but yeah. Set this up so it dries. There we go. Good morning. Yep, it is definitely no. Um, we actually we've got it pretty easy today. It's only going to be about 100. Actually, is not bad. I know people are like, "Oh, it's 100 degrees." Actually, 100 out here because it's so dry. 100 feels pretty good. So, and most of the day it'll be in the 90s, so it'll feel pretty nice out here. But I've got to go out there. I've got the hot tub. It's low on water, so I need to fill that up and put chlorine in it. I just thought I'd bring you guys along with my dishes today. I didn't do a live stream yesterday. I was doing some other stuff. We have pouring rain up here in Ontario, Canada, and only 63 degrees for the summer. You guys get that? You guys still have snow on the ground in June sometimes. I I, you forget I grew up in Ohio, so not far from Ontario, Canada. In fact, we used to go to Windsor all the time when we were 18 because we could drink and gamble. But yeah, I heard it was in the 50s last night in that area, so that is pretty chilly. Which I laughed because everyone was, even here, people were like, "Oh, this was the hottest year on record." This has been an easy summer, totally easy summer here. Finally getting rain here. For the desert, we've actually had several days of rain. In fact, some of the people were getting thunderstorms out here yesterday, which we'll get that as the monsoons come in through Mexico. People think it doesn't rain here. Oh, we will get rain. It's just there's normally seasons for it. And when we get rain now, it's a lot. Like we'll get a lot, and it'll be thunderstorms too. And that's where we get all the wildfires. That's my last comment. Okay, one quick sec. It's sad that Lynette scammed the dad out of $100 for gas when she got $311 on her GoFundMe. Yeah, yeah. You know, here's the thing. She's a scammer. It's clear at this point. That's what she's gonna do. Uh, People making excuses for that are also likely scammers themselves. The saying in Canada is "wait 5 minutes and the weather changes." Yes, that's very true. Um, yeah, like the good thing is we've outed her scamming, so now people are starting to become much more aware of it, and it's it's not going to be a thing where, you know, like those who donate to her are in on the scam. Next life, at least you understand her nature. I'm sorry you lost money. Um, I do. I still find it funny that someone donated $5 to her in my name. That's still hilarious. That's such a great one. Howdy, 105 in Austin, Texas. See, yeah, now that is, we were getting 105, Eric, out here this week, and that's warm. That's warm. And you have humidity that I don't have to deal with. Um, when it gets to 30% humidity out here, you feel it. You absolutely feel it. I never gave her anything. Yeah, neither did I. Someone did make a donation in my name, which that's fine. That allowed me to say, "Oh, I got scammed out of $5." You notice how now she's doing stuff at the flea market? Like that's what she should have been doing this whole time. You know, that's the thing. Like her drift is been caught up. People know what she's doing, and she needs money. So now she's gotta go to the thrift market and sell stuff. That's what she should have been doing. You know, this whole time she should have had her own thing going, but instead she was trying to get money from everyone else. That's preheat index feels like higher. It's 92 Fahrenheit in the RV. Still no running generator or air conditioning. Oof. I don't know how you guys do it. It's rough. Um, See now, Eric is a guy. You know, he Eric Miller here. He's a veteran, Navy veteran, good dude. He's an actual ordained minister. He's not a fake one like Lynette. You guys should check out his YouTube channel. He also has some health issues, so he's trying to get a mobility scooter. So make sure you check out his Give Send Go and donate to him. Now that's someone who's actually in need, not someone who is just trying to not work. Someone who's just trying to leech off of others. John has been in jail for 30 days. He will lose payments from what I hear. Yep. He will now, there will now be less money for any loans, bills. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, and here's the thing. She could have been doing so many other things to make money and to help people because she does have a 501c3. But, you know, people like her are only about, me. And that's why I laugh. Like when her fans call me a grifter, it's like I do things to help people. You know, I'm not I'm not trying to personally benefit. She personally benefits. That's the whole reason she's got the child. That's yeah. If had she been doing this stuff, like the flea market and whatnot, her life would have been much better long ago. But someone like her, they don't want to work for it. So to get a job or anything, she's got to be forced. Hold on one second. Let me wash this and dry it off. Hate asking for help and refuse to grit, but so many people make me feel like crap because I ask for help. Don't, Eric, you have health issues. Don't feel bad about that. I think she's selling John stuff. Oh, she's probably also selling Lloyd stuff too. But there is some guy Lloyd on the property. Lloyd is in hospital right now, in the hospital. So she's probably selling his stuff. Even the stepdaughter was just a monthly payment, and she just destroyed that relationship. Been out of the loop a bit. Okay, yeah, read that one. Yep, star as of tomorrow. No more SSI for John. This won't be a long stream. I just got a text. Someone that I do business with is going to be calling me, so I will be jumping off of here. I just wanted to do something quick because I was gone yesterday. Yeah, Lloyd's an old guy, and currently can't do much. So just another way for her to get money. And see, if she did things the right way, she probably could make her land a a place to have RVs. But that's why I keep telling veterans a really good way to make money to like build wealth is to use your VA home loan. You have a super Sunday. Thanks for the quick chat. Did you get my email about my dad? Yes, I did. I did respond to you. Or if it didn't go through, let me know. Do you want me to like highlight it or read the story online? I love highlighting veteran stuff, even those who've passed. So if you'd like to come on and talk about them, we can. I'm still worried for the child. I am too, but we're now in a place where, like, so Lynette is now isolated, and she's pretty much done that to herself. John doing what he did, her, using people and trashing people. So she's now isolated, and you watch. She's going to get very desperate. The next actions are going to be she's going to bring more rug users onto the property, and that's just going to cause a lot more. It's going to be more of that chaos that we saw before, and all we have to do is wait for that stuff to happen, report when we know something. Only report legitimate stuff. And eventually she's going to ruin it and have the child taken from her and probably end up in jail. She is on a path right now to ending up in jail. That's why I laugh about all of her lawyers. All these, law tubers coming to her aid, because, they all have other agendas. And that's why they're coming to her. And they're trying to use her, for their other agendas. And coughing hurts my back. So yeah, it's going to put her in a very desperate situation. I'm going to finally take some ibuprofen. Good morning, Teresa. Even though you're saying hi to Max Live, I'm saying good morning to you. What's interesting about Lynette is stories were all her other six exes and their stories. Oh yeah, yeah. She's a problem. The people she hangs out with and brings into her life are agents of chaos. They're children of chaos. They were, I guarantee, they all came from broken homes. Told my wife we're going to watch Skipper doing dishes, and she thought I said stripper. Um, Not that kind of show. I don't think people want to see that. Uh, there we go. Some ibuprofen. Hopefully that stretching out all these muscles will help. Moving around as the day goes on, it does get better. But yeah, being a veteran, yeah, a lot of this stuff hurts. Look at these bags. So my commissary, where I do my shopping, they switched to these like fabric bags, and they're really like they're not the greatest. I normally keep the plastic bags because you never know if I have to clean up, after the dog and stuff like that. But these I can't use it for. But I might keep them in my vehicle. Hate drama, poisons the mind. Yep, yep. And these people are all about the drama, all about it. Oh, there's something I can do. I had made twice baked pasta, ate a lot of it. Okay, I gotta throw out the rest. Be right back. Empty casserole dish. Now I'm gonna let this kind of soak a bit. Come on. There we go. Take care. Hope to hear from you. Need to do my own dishes. Yep. Yeah. We all got to do our chores. I am noticing out here, as you guys know, I'm you know, trying to do more real estate investing. And out here, because of COVID, we had all these short-term vacation rentals, all these Airbnb and VBRO homes, and like a lot of them are just like one-room places, like studios, like a little house out in the middle of the desert that's just a studio. And it's funny because the market dropped out for the short-term vacation rentals. So now I'm seeing two things. The LA speculators are trying to get top dollar for their houses, and other people who are more realistic are just trying to ditch the property. So I saw one property going for 40,000 today. That I could afford. I just don't know if I want to get into that yet. Heard on the radio this morning they want to ban plastic silverware. They're getting crazy with all this stuff. Here's the thing I've learned: if you offer a better alternative, like to make the environment cleaner, people will go to it as long as it's reasonably priced. But like here in California, they tried to ban all the plastic straws, and oh my god, such a failure. There are places still doing the cardboard straws, but it's nowhere near. Yeah, it's nowhere near uh, what they were hoping. And here's the thing: turtles. They're like, oh, it's killing the turtles. They're saying that because of one picture. Turtles are fine. Turtles are fine. The straws are not like that was one case. The straws are not killing the turtles. Lynette is killing the turtles. So when I went to Ohio, the lemon tree that was fine, but the water on the lime tree didn't water it enough, and we've been watering it since we got back. And look, it had lost all its leaves, but they're now coming back. So happy about that. Hopefully this back and these meds kick in, because if not, today is gonna suck. People bring their own bags and leave their pet hair behind. After you run your own dishes, work and sleep, I want to wake up to a cup of coffee and a clean house. 15 minutes. That's one thing I try to remind myself. If I can do 15 minutes a day, it does work better. I've been bad about it here recently though. When that's turtle territory. That's funny. Got some wind blowing out there. Mm. Ooh, cooler in this room. AC here can do a better job. Oh. Eh. Getting this tripod looking better. Stretch out the back of it. Ugh. It's the side to side. That's what makes it worse. Lynette kills everything she touches, causes nerve damage, need a muscle relaxer to hear her voice. Uh-oh. Spawn Trooper is here. There goes the neighborhood. I saw you had some good posts, Spawn Trooper. Enjoyed it. We've got to do a gaming podcast together. I'm not a huge gamer. Excuse me. Not a huge gamer, but I think it'll be fun. We can do a gaming podcast together. It's called Old Age, Old Man. Yeah. That's I sneezed and pulled the muscle on my back. That's how you know you're getting old. A sneeze can do you in. But it's once I keep stretching, it'll be all right. You'll lose, Eric. Get back in your cell. Come out. I will lose. I suck at games. Years ago, my son surpassed me in gaming ability. But I'm closing this up so it stays cool in here. But that's okay. I like trolling. I like going in some of the things. I do play the Star Wars game, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I do enjoy that. What game do I want to play? Yeah, I'll play anything. I might not know all the things. Arma 3, World of Warships. I probably should learn World of Warships. I think that's one that my kid is playing. There's some game that he's been playing like there's a tank game and there's an aircraft game. Like him and all his friends got into World War II stuff. Check Messenger. Okay, hold on a quick sec. Hopefully it doesn't pause you guys. Oh, Robin Hanson. So, okay. So yeah, hopefully that didn't pause for you. So there was last game I played was Ghost of Tsushima. So Robin Hansen, and I'll try to get this and post it on the thing. There was that that group of liberals who got mad about something that I had said about Kamala Harris. I said the men for Harris was cooks for Harris. And they started calling me stolen valor because that's what liberals do. As soon as they find out you're a veteran and you don't agree with the way they see things, they immediately start calling you stolen valor. It's what they do. And Robin Hansen has jumped on that, and I think she's mad because she was one of the ones on Twitter that I blocked. I started, like, when they went to that, I was like, I don't need to see this crap. It's just a waste of my time. So I just started blocking all the people. Glad to hear the 3 teenagers aren't living there anymore, especially after what the hell's post last night. So yeah, I don't need to see all that BS. So I just started blocking people. When they do that, it clogs up. You ever put what Harris says in reference? Sounds like Teletubbies on crack. Yeah. I mean, you can have your political opinion. I'm gonna have mine. That's fine. But yeah, these people take it to an extreme. And I think Robin got caught up in the blocking on the Twitter. So, and Robin is absolutely Rachel Kent. They are the same person. Like, they'll deny it, but yeah, that is her alt. Rachel Kent blocked me a long time ago. And the thing is, I'm not going to dox anyone, but someone else did find out that she's an erotic novelist, which, if that's what you want to do, fine. It's not my thing. But she got mad about that and went on a blocking spree. And I'm pretty sure her Twitter got blocked by me, which I don't care. I really don't talk about what the hell's on Twitter that much. But so yeah, she got blocked, and I'm pretty sure, and got mad, and is wondering why people are investigating me. Here's the thing, and I've been under investigation by these stolen valor groups for years. They came at me probably in 2020, within the first 6 months of me doing my show, because veterans have mental issues that largely go untreated. And when I look at these guys who are stolen valor, and the guy's trying to out stolen valor, what you find is it's both sides are mental issues, just trying to out crazy each other. And I want no part of either side of it. Mike, that post is now removed from Facebook. Oh yeah, of course she is gonna. 4 broken generators, no air conditioning. I'm lucky a cheap solar panel and a second power box to get 4 hours a night on CPAP. And see, Eric, this is why we need to get more with your congressman. I know they didn't respond to me last time, but we need to get a group of people on, talking to them. Here's why I say the day is coming where Lynette, hold on. Lynette will be in jail. Child will be home safe. Jeremy and George will be able to live their lifestyle with the BS. Oh, absolutely. Secondhand power box. But yeah, so Robin, as you saw, took down the post, wanted to make her claims, and then took it down. Doesn't faze me. In fact, she's probably watching right now. And it's just like me saying she's Rachel Kent bothers her. It bothers her. She was reporting what's the girl? Not Tara. The girl's name, Landon's girlfriend. She was reporting her dad as an alt last night to try to get his post taken down. People with mental illness don't want the truth exposed. They have problems with that. Eric, can you get 2 batteries in parallel? I think you mean they'll give you a 24 volt. That would help with AC. If you can use ice in a bag in front of a fan, it will blow coldish air. Yep. But yeah, so uh, Robin was Robin Hansen. Rachel Kent is Robin Hansen, and they're in. She's in the Facebook groups. Um, but yeah, wants to do personal attacks on me. That she can personally attack me all day long, all day long. She's not bothering me. Calling me stolen valor does not hurt me. Um, I have proven my service many times. In fact, when that Stolen Valor group this last time, you know, the one guy jumped. Well, actually, a couple of them jumped into my Facebook group for Veteran Nation on Facebook. If you want to join the group, and they started posting your stolen valor to me. And what's funny is a lot of the people in that group are veterans I served with. Several of them are veterans I went to Afghanistan with. So they immediately responded. And it's funny how once these groups, like, people start calling them out and saying, no, this is what the truth is, they shut up. They will shut up because their mental illness, they care about how others see them. Just like Lynette. Lynette cares about how others see her. Um, Also, to cool down, put wrists in normal cold water or a wet towel in the freezer, and then use it to cool down. Stick it on the back of the neck, wrists and back of the neck to cool the body down. Yep, yeah, put on your wrists. Um, that's baseline narcissist. Yeah, yeah. Narcissists need to be viewed as a certain way by people, and that's like most of these people, just like Lynette. Lynette has a narcissist disorder. She also has Munchausen by proxy. These are related things. Um, just, I'm not a doctor. Apparently, she does have a diagnosis of Munchausen by proxy. Um, Neck, do not put on the back of the neck. On the front of the neck? What are you trying to say? But yeah, she's got a diagnosis of Munchausen by proxy. Probably has borderline personality. That's what I see. People keep saying bipolar. When people say that, or schizophrenia, they really don't know what they're talking about. Um, those are two separate things. I'm in an RV and nothing works other than it drives. Really, it was a donation from a church and everything allegedly worked. Your suggestions are great in a normal house. Um, but yeah, the what's it? Yeah, the uh, when they have these issues, you see that they tend to compound these issues. So people with borderline personality normally have a narcissistic disorder. That's where you normally see Munchausen by proxy. They need to be seen. They need their stuff, and you see that a lot with these. Uh, you see that a lot with these stolen valor groups. There's a lot of that. A lot of them are people who only serve one term, uh, but their identity is very closely tied to being a veteran. The identity that they want to be shown. Um, I'm a veteran, but I'm not a big machismo veteran. You don't see me, I'm not riding a motorcycle. You don't see me wearing all my awards. Some of that pasta got on me, the dried pasta. The dog will get it. Um, so it's like,
Okay, looks like we're live now. Sorry about that. Phone overheated. You guys got me? It's still trying to say that I am on my phone. I'm trying to fix that. Chat. Well, okay, it's fine. Mike broke it. No, actually, it was my phone overheated. Yep, phone overheated. Um, but the good thing is, I can probably show you her. Let's see if I can get it up here. I can show you her post that she took down. Oh wow, got a lot of stuff here that I gotta close. Ba, 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 ba. Oh my, so many things to close. Okay. All right. I'm trying to see if I can. There we go. Minimize. So she said Mike Arthur is unhappy. Why? Because I stated how large a group of ex-servicemen are all over him like a rash, asking lots of questions about him and his charity. So what does he do? Tried to shade on me. I have stated this is my name. If you can't find it, then what would that suggest to you? Think. I have no idea what the rest of your dribble is about. I blocked the others just like people have me blocked. These were sent to me. What a pack of girls. LOL. I can see them all turning up for the next Mary Kay party. P.S. What group is that? Women even talking about? Someone clue me in. Can Rachel Kent send me a message? No, Rachel Kent can't send you a message because you are Rachel Kent, Robin. We all know it. We know it. Trying that's why she deleted. Um you guys can hear me okay? You got me okay? It's telling me that everything's fine. But yeah, so that's what Rachel slash Robin is saying. Good morning, Roy. Ugh, just trying to stretch out this back. But yeah, those service people, they're gone. They Here's what I guarantee you happened. Well, first off, the one guy who was coming after me and was kind of instigating this, uh, they found out that I'm associated with someone, and he was encouraging people to back off of that individual because there were people starting to like go after them. And let me just say, this is someone that you do not want to mess with. Um, Someone with, you know, means much more than I. Like someone who literally has lawyers on retainer at all times. Same thing with private investigators. And I was sending that individual screenshots of what they were saying, and they sent some emails out uh, on that investigative journalist and to the places that had published him and said, you probably don't want to be associated with this guy. Uh, and Yeah, so that investigative journalist backed way off. Once that person backed off, there were still a couple of the people for like a couple days still trying to find stuff. But when, you know, going after me for stolen valor, I'm actually a veteran. I've never, I was a logistics officer. I'm not, I'm not special forces. I've never claimed to be. Um, I've been to Afghanistan, but I was only off the fob 2 times, and I've talked about those times. Uh, so I'm proud of what I did. I've never had to exaggerate what I did. I've never had to lie about what I did. And what's funny is when you actually start looking into these stolen valor groups, you see a lot of these guys are actually doing the things that they're investigating. Again, it's mental illness. So, they're for a lot of them, they were guys who only served one term, which is honorable. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't do things that they really want to talk about publicly. They want to act like they were Billy Badass and stuff like that, and they really weren't. Like they just did served like the rest of us, nothing impressive, and but they all want to talk about operators. That's like when I was never a command sergeant major. Like I was an RBOIC, and it was a job that sucked. Um, but I'm proud of it because it was a job that sucked. The one picture that I put up of me in Afghanistan is a picture of me having to oversee the ship ladders that had burst because that job sucked. And that's what you become more proud of, is the jobs that suck the most, and you did it just fine. I was a tank crewman until I got hurt, and then finished my career in logistics. Yeah, see, nothing to be ashamed of. But when you get into these stolen valor groups and some of these veterans groups, that's why I've had people be like, I won't be a part of the American Legion or the VFW or the AMVETS because there were cliques. You see the same things happening. It's these same guys who they want to be Mr. I was Mr. Macho, I was Secret Squirrel. That's the other thing I love, is they all had top secret clearances. I can tell you right now, I currently have a top secret clearance. It's actually not a big deal. Not a big deal. Hey, logistics are the SF of the quartermasters. If it was not for logistics, we would not have the gear to do the job. Yeah, I was very proud about the logistics support that I provided. I was with a couple units that, some understood what my job was and, respected it. The ones who kind of gave me the hardest time were the guys who were faking the funk. Like they weren't doing things the right way. I'm trying to keep this thing out of the shot, but get it as close as possible. When we chat, I have a few stories for you, Mike. I'm Spawn Trooper. I really want you to come on the show. People need to hear veteran stories. They're important. They are important. And I get a lot of people don't want to come on camera. They don't want to talk publicly about them. I get it. But it's something that, we do eventually need to do. At best, I was hoop shirt on a carrier, spent time helping S2-3 temp duty, was attempting to cross rate to corpsman until discharge. Yeah, that's most people they weren't infantry. Most people did not fill combat roles. I remember when I went through OCS and I had to get a new MOS, and for Marine Corps officers, you rank. There's something like 23 MOSs, and you rank your ones. And logistics was actually my number 2. Combat engineer was my number 1. Artillery was my number 3. I forget which one was number 4, but infantry was number 5. And I had a guy who, anything from Bruce? Nope, not yet. I will be reaching out to him because he said he wanted to come on. I think he wanted me to come on his show, but I'll say no. We'll dual stream. Let's do that. But I'd be happy to. I'd rather not discuss some things. Yeah, that's fine. So I had to rank all these things, and I was prior enlisted, and I had a guy who was not prior enlisted who was really questioning me about why I did not choose infantry as my number 1. And like I told him, I said, look, infantry is fine. It's perfectly fine. If I get it, I'll be okay with it. I'm not avoiding infantry. Out of my 23 choices, it was in my top 5. But like I told him, I said, here's the thing you need to know about infantry. It takes a massive toll on your body. I was already, I think I was 30 at that point. And, I told him, I said, look, I've known career infantry guys in their 40s who look like they're 70. Uh, and it's just, it takes it, the service always takes a toll on your body. Look at me with my back this morning. But, you know, I wasn't going to, that was my whole thing of not putting infantry higher, is I've seen the toll it takes on your body. I would be severely broken today had I chose infantry, without a doubt. And the other thing is, infantry is kind of a young man's game. If you're 21, 22, coming into the military and you want to go infantry, God bless you. Have at it. I was 30 at that time. Even when I did come in, I was enlisted. I was 22. Now enlisted, you pretty much get assigned your MOS, at least in the Marine Corps. You get influence, but it's nowhere dead set. So you know, it just wasn't in the cards for me when I was young, and I was a little bit older, so I wasn't gonna jump to the front of the line to put my body through that. If the Marine Corps would have given it to me, great, great. It didn't. I was needed elsewhere. I'm happy with the way everything played out. In fact, I am very happy I did not get my number one. My number one was combat engineering. When I actually started working with combat engineering officers, I am glad I didn't get what they got. You look older than you are, that's for sure. Infantry are the highest active soldier. Yeah. Armor is the same. Back, hips, knees, usually broken by mid 40s. Yep. 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 As the older you get, the harder it gets to do with unarmed combat with the wife. What's funny is when I was uh, a reservist, you know, I was in my 40s, and they asked me if I wanted to go to jump school. Now, when I was 30 and I was in First Marine Division, there was a slot that should have been for me for jump school, and I wanted to go, and they wouldn't give it to me because of the unit I was in. They wanted to give it to a more senior officer who really didn't need it for his career, but they wanted to give that guy some stuff for his career. So I didn't go then. And then when I got offered the chance to go to jump school, I'm like, oh hell no! I'm 40 years old. Like I can barely like I can run. I can do a PFT, but I can't do it the way I used to. And like if you had me today, even with my back today, if you said go run 3 miles, I can do it without a doubt. I can do it, and I could probably even do a decent time. And I'm thinking like 24, 25 minutes. 8-minute pace, decent, decent. For 3 miles, that's a decent pace. Now, when I was 30 and in my 20s, I could run at sometimes a sub 7-minute pace. Like when I when I went through OCS and TBS, I was running about for a mile. For 3 miles, I was averaging about 6 minutes, 20, 30 seconds. I can't do that today. There's no way. And now in my 50s, I'd still do it if I had the chance. Yeah, I mean, if they called me and said, "Here's what we need to do," that's one thing. But it's another thing to be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do." Why is this out of focus? There we go. So yeah, it's funny how these guys are and how people are. And like I told that young man who was like, "Why aren't you putting infantry as number one?" I was like, "Dude, I'm not like that's a young man's game. It's one thing if they give it to me. It's another thing if it's another thing to jump at the front of the line." I was like, "You getting infantry? Good on you. You'll do great. You'll have 20 years, and then you're gonna see your body break down very quickly." Um, uh, but you know that's the way it goes. And same thing for pilots. I have a lot of respect for pilots. They are in great shape. Um, but again, if you're 30 looking to become a pilot, you can do it for a couple years, but at about 10 years in, that's when you're gonna start flying less, and you're gonna be doing more desk jobs. So that's fine. If I were 40 today and they were like, "Oh, we want the Marine Corps wants you back in and be a pilot," I'd be like, "There's absolutely no way. Are you out of your mind?" Like me going to jump school, it's like I won't pass. Like or if I do, it'll be a struggle. And one thing I learned in the military: always set people up for success. Don't set them up for failure. It's one thing if you don't have a choice. It's another thing if you absolutely have a choice. And I was like, look, me going to jump school, it's not happening. If you absolutely need me to, and tell me this is the only way, fine. But if you're expecting me to volunteer for jump school at 40, actually I was past 40. Um, yeah, because I left the reserves 2 years ago. Uh, yeah, not happening. Not happening. You can always breathe through your backside. One thing I learned early on. Yeah, you can. Like, I could probably do some of that stuff, but like, I'll be hurting for a while. Like, if you had me do 3 miles today, yeah, I can do it. I'll be hobbling for a couple days. Um, and I can't do it at the rate I used to. I remember I was talking to someone this last week, about when I was, uh, before I got to TBS. I was in my late 20s. I was actually running sub 7 minute miles, which is 7 minute is a damn good time to put up for a mile, uh, especially when you're doing multiple miles. I was averaging 7 minutes for 3 miles, a little bit below it. But I knew I could come in about 20, 30, 3 mile pace. And I got called in to this captain's office, and he was like, "Hey, we have all the midshipmen who are finishing ahead of you when we do these runs. And we're Marines. You have to lead by example. You have to be the example. And you should be beating them." And I listened to him, and I was like, I think I was 28. I told him, I was like, "Sir, um, I'm not slow. I'm not slow by any means. I am running, a 3 mile time of about 20:30." I go, "That's, you know, look, that's like top 80, you're like top 15% uh, in PFT time if you're doing that." And I was like, "Sir, you realize the midshipmen that you're talking about?" And I started naming them. I go, "They're all under the age of 20. I'm 28. They're all under the age of 20. When I was their age, I could do faster, without a doubt. Um, Not much faster than what I was, but I could do faster. My fastest 3 mile time, I believe, was 19 minutes 10 seconds, which is like just over 6 minutes. And I was that was lightning. Um, at that point, I was one of the fastest, and that was when I was 22. And I was like, as I named these guys, I'm like, they're all under the age of 20. And the other thing is, they ran track in high school. These are guys who, I was not a high school athlete. I didn't play any sports in high school. They did, and they ran track. I'm like, these guys are, in really good shape. And he's like, "You're really that fast?" I'm like, "Sir, pull up my PFT, take a look." And he pulled it up there, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you were just slow." I'm like, "No, I'm not slow. They're really fast." I was like, "You do realize the one guy, he was like in track, not just in track, but like he was in the top three graduating high school uh, for the state of Michigan." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's who my competition is." Like, that kid probably could have, like, he was going to Michigan, and Michigan's got a great track program. but he probably could have gone to a Division 1 or 2 school somewhere else and been on the track team. I'm like, yeah, that was never, ever in the cards for me. I was never that fast, even at peak shape. Um, these guys were doing like 17 minutes, like 17, 18 minutes of a 3 mile time, that's lightning. That is lightning. The fastest I think I've ever heard someone in any unit I was in of finishing a PFT was, I want to say, 1650, which is a really fast time for 3 miles. Really fast. Don't quote me on that. It was probably 20 years ago, but yeah. So yeah, that's how these stolen valor guys, they think that same way. And when you actually start, like, when you pull up their pictures, it's like it was funny because a lot of them were like, "Oh, look at him, he's fat and whatnot." And the one guy, I pulled up his picture. I'm like, "You're seriously calling me fat? Really, really?" Like, I am fat for California. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in shape here, but when I go back to my hometown in Ohio, oh, I'm in shape compared to the men there. Like, I am right now 200 pounds. I am solidly 200 pounds. Um, I would like to be 190. If I had my pick, I would be 190. Um, but I've been heavier. When I was really having health issues, I was over 230 at one point. But that wasn't my normal weight. I wasn't able to be active. Um, there was things I had to do that was, medication stuff I was on that caused me to gain weight. Uh, got better during COVID. I shed all that weight, and a lot of it was, a big thing was coming off meds that had helped me gain the weight, and then for the most part stopping drinking. Huge, huge. And now I'm comfortable with my weight, very comfortable. Uh, 12 minutes to pass it. That's after age, but before it was 11 minutes. That's half of 3 mile test. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was actually, I knew if I could cross the halfway point between 10 minutes and 30 seconds and 11 minutes, I knew I was going to have a great PFT score. And I used to like do that as pace. In fact, when I went through TBS, I had a fellow lieutenant who came up to me. He was like, "I need to do this time," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, actually, he said, "I need this score on the run," and I was like, "Okay, to do that, you need to do this time." And he's like, "I don't know if I can do that," and I told him, I was like, "Well, here's what I can tell you. I run at that pace. I said, start where I start, or start, because everybody comes to the line. I go, get ahead of me. I go, but when I get in front of you, keep pace with me. If you can keep pace with me, you'll be fine." The guy couldn't keep pace with me, unfortunately. Um, like, before we got to the halfway point, he was probably a good 75 yards behind me. And, that's what I always told people. I was like, look, that first mile and a half is actually the hardest. If you can get through that to get to the halfway point, like, you can slow up a little bit on the second, because you're going to end with a sprint anyway. So yeah, that's how I used to tell people. But I'm no longer a runner. Hell, my feet, I've got bad ankles, and like, if I run today, my ankles swell up. I actually bought a bike. I got to start using the bike more, just for basic getting around stuff, because that will be better for me. Um, it's just lifestyle change. I got to find a way to work it into my life. I always found going out on the tiles and then the run next morning. Oh, hell yes, you had a reason to do it fast. Yeah, yeah. And there's little tricks, like people, if you're doing hikes a lot. When I was in First Marine Division, we did a lot of hikes, because that's what you do. Walk around outside without any shoes or socks to get calluses on your feet. They will prevent you from getting um, a lot of blisters, because blisters can absolutely kill you on a hike. Ever do a CFT after a piss up the night before? Yeah, yeah, I've been there. Been done them hungover. During my time in the Army, our PT test was just push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-minute run. Um, they've changed it a little bit, but the Army, that's still for the most part what they do. I think it's 2.5 miles now. Combat fitness test is a CFT. Thanks for the lymphatic edema. My ankles swell up the moment they hit the ground. Yo, oh, same. And that's part of my claims, because my ankles changed the way I even walk now, which gives me, hip and back issues, as you see me limping around today. That's with the webbing, Bergen, and helmet and weapon. Yep, and yeah, with the pack, uh, average weight on your back is about 80 pounds. Your helmet is about another 7 or 8. The weapon is going to be about another 11. So all in all, about 100 pounds hiking. Talking about the AFT and CFT is giving me PTSD. Yeah. Oh yeah. It will. But yeah, that's what these stolen valor guys. They still talk about this stuff, and it's like, dude, when you like, I had one guy he thought calling me a pogue was this big insult, and he even tried calling me a cook several times. And when as it went on, you know what we found out he was? He was a Navy cook. I shit you not. It's like, dude. So these stolen valor guys, when they come after me anymore, I'm just like, whatever. Most of the time they're posers. So Robin can work. She can work and investigate me with all the, or I shouldn't say Robin, I should say Rachel, because Robin Hansen is Rachel Kent, no doubt whatsoever. Yeah, they can investigate me all they want. They're not going to bother me. Oh, I'll check out your audio clip here in a little bit. And you have to water. You remember they check at the beginning. If you did not have a full bottle, they be shit. Yeah, actually, you should. If you're gonna do a hike, the best way to prepare is 2 days. Like the 2 days prior, drink 2 gallons of water, and you're gonna pee nonstop. But if you've drinking 4 gallons of water the 2 days prior to that hike, you will be fully hydrated. And believe it or not, hydration can do a lot. For me, that was the difference. If I was hydrated and took a PFT, I could do 3 extra pull-ups, 3 more pull-ups, just because of drinking water alone. In fact, there's a thing out there called blood doping. It's illegal in most sports, but it's hard to prove. Here's what they do: athletes they'll take a pint of blood out and have it stored in a refrigerator, and then before a match or something, they put that blood back in. So then instead of 9 pints of blood, you have 10. But what that does is that puts more oxygen into your body, because your blood has all that oxygen, and it makes you be able to compete at a higher level for it lasts about a half hour, which for most sporting events, half hours, pretty much what you need. You'll eventually hit a wall, but you've gone for most of the match, but it's generally not a lot, but it's still done because there's absolutely no test they can do for it. Am I allowed to plug a Navy vet stream to raise funds for flooding victims in Georgia? Absolutely, Roy. That is exactly what we do. In fact, send it to me and I'll plug it separately after this. Hydrate and electrolytes. Man, I used to drink and still do once a day. I take the tab of electrolytes. Electrolytes can help. They can help. But yeah, that water is key. Water is, in fact, for people with lots of health issues. In fact, today I should be drinking, because of my back, I should be drinking a lot of water. In fact, it's a good reminder for me to do that, because if you drink a lot of water, you'd be shocked as to how much it helps. How much it helps. It does a lot. Excuse me. August 17th, Squid Pro Quo. is the YouTube channel. Okay. I wonder, I may have seen that one. I don't know. But that's great, Roy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to write that down. Oh, here, I'll just put it on. Where's my pans? Where'd my pans go? Well, I'll come back and check it. I don't have a pen. I got my Blistex. We don't want any chapped lips. Got my Blistex. See, it's medicated mint. Mint is actually a great thing if you can grow it in your garden. It's a weed; it will take over, but it does really well in most climates. And if you can plant it, it'll help your garden. It'll take over your garden, but it'll also make it smell amazing. Little trick prior to run or long hub: eat a Mars bar, ensure to hydrate and take electrolytes, and one anti-inflammatory painkiller. And trust me, you'll not cramp up and not suffer. Oh yeah, ibuprofen. You saw me take ibuprofen this morning. Yeah, those anti-inflammatories are key. I didn't know that about a Mars bar. That's a good tip. Probably seen her before on Megan Fox or DUI Guys channel. Okay. If I can get back on PC, I'll check it out and add alerts to my Discord. Oh yes, thank you, Eric. Eric's got a great Discord. You guys should join his Discord. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream though, because we've been going a while, and I got shit I gotta get done today. But good news about Landon and the other young adults getting off of Lynette's property. Yeah, Robin Hansen is Rachel Kent outed, and she can say whatever the hell she wants about me. It doesn't bother me. But those are the big stuff. I'll be around today. I'm at the house, so if you guys need me, reach out to me. I look forward to tonight's stream, and I might do a stream. I don't know. We'll see. But you all have a good one. And as usual, thank you for being worth serving.